All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about the ketogenic diet. But this is way more than just another diet. It's about a fundamental shift in how your body powers itself, changing the very fuel it runs on. So let's break down what that actually means.
Just think about this for a second. What if you could literally flip a switch inside your body? A switch that tells it to stop burning sugar and carbs for energy and start burning fat instead. I mean, that's the huge promise of the keto diet. It's a pretty wild idea, right? And that's exactly what we're going to unpack here.
Okay, so to really get the keto diet, you've got to understand the goal, the biological state it's trying to get you into. It's a state called ketosis. And honestly, it's the key to this whole thing.
So what on earth is ketosis? Well, in the simplest terms, it's what happens when you almost completely cut carbs from your diet. Your body kind of panics for a second, looking for its usual fuel source, glucose from carbs, and it's not there. So it has to find a plan B. That plan B is fat. It starts breaking down fat into these little energy molecules called ketones. Your body, quite literally, starts running on fat. Think of it like a complete energy makeover. You know that standard carb-fueled metabolism? It can feel like a roller coaster, right? Those energy spikes, followed by the inevitable crash. Well, in ketosis, the idea is that you're fueled by a steady, consistent supply of ketones from fat. People who are into keto say this gives them way more stable, sustained energy all day long. It's a total system reboot.
So, how do you actually get your body to make this switch? Well, it's not magic. It's a really specific set of rules that basically rewires your metabolism. Let's take a look at the actual blueprint for getting into ketosis.
The heart of the keto diet is all about the macros, the macronutrients. And it's not just low carb. Oh no, it's super high fat, a moderate amount of protein, and an incredibly tiny amount of carbs. We're talking a whopping 70% of your daily calories coming from fat. Protein sits around 20%, leaving almost nothing for carbs.
And to really put that tiny carb slice into perspective, your daily intake is usually capped somewhere between 20 and 50 grams. For context, one single medium-sized apple can have around 25 grams of carbs. So yeah, this restriction, it's the absolute non-negotiable trigger to get you into ketosis.
So what does this actually look like on your dinner plate? Well, the eat list is packed with things like meat, fatty fish, eggs, avocados, and lots of healthy oils. But that avoid list, that's just as critical. And it's not just the obvious stuff like soda and candy, it's also grains, rice, pasta, most fruits, beans, and even root veggies like potatoes. Okay, now for the big question. Why would anyone want to follow such a strict diet? Well, a lot of the research points to some pretty significant health benefits. Let's see what the science has to say.
And some of the numbers are pretty staggering. For example, one study found that the keto diet improved insulin sensitivity by an incredible 75%. So why does that happen? Well, when you take away that constant flood of sugar from carbs, you're giving your body's insulin response system a much-needed rest. It lets your cells become resensitized to insulin. For anyone dealing with blood sugar issues, that's not just a tiny adjustment, it's a potential game changer.
And the list of potential benefits really doesn't stop there. Beyond just weight loss, studies suggest it can improve risk factors for heart disease, like good HDL cholesterol and blood pressure. I mean, the diet was originally developed to treat epilepsy in kids, and now researchers are exploring its potential for other neurological conditions, like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
And this really gets to why so many people find it works for weight loss. Because fat and protein are so incredibly filling, a lot of people on keto just find they're naturally less hungry. This means they can end up losing weight without that constant, frustrating chore of counting every single calorie, which, is a huge mental win.
But of course, it's not all sunshine and roses. Flipping your body's main energy source is a massive change, and it definitely comes with its own set of potential side effects and risks that you absolutely need to know about. So, in those first few days or weeks, a lot of people get something they call the keto flu. As your body is struggling to adapt to burning fat instead of carbs, you might feel really sluggish, get some brain fog, and just feel generally off. The good news? For most people, this is just a temporary phase while your body gets with the new program.
But then there are the potential long-term issues you have to be aware of. Staying on a diet this restrictive for a long time could lead to problems like kidney stones or not getting enough essential vitamins and minerals if you're not super careful. This is exactly why talking to a doctor before you start, and especially before you decide to do it long-term, is just so important.
Okay, now we have to make a really important distinction here. People hear the word keto, and sometimes they think of a dangerous medical emergency. It is critical to understand that the nutritional ketosis we're talking about from this diet is not the same thing as ketoacidosis.
Let's be crystal clear on this. Nutritional ketosis is a controlled, natural metabolic state that you create through diet. Ketoacidosis, on the other hand, is a life-threatening emergency. It happens mostly in people with uncontrolled diabetes, where you have dangerously high levels of both ketones and blood sugar, which turns the blood acidic. They are two completely different worlds.
So after looking at all the potential upsides and all the potential risks, we land at the biggest question of all. Who is this diet actually for? Is it right for you?
Well, the science seems to suggest that people who are overweight or who are dealing with things like type 2 diabetes might see the biggest benefits. But on the flip side, it might not be the best fit for elite athletes who need those quick bursts of carb-fueled energy. And anyone with existing kidney or liver conditions needs to be extremely careful and absolutely work with a doctor.
So if you're even thinking about it, what are the big takeaways? It really boils down to 3 key things. Number 1, you have to be serious about cutting the carbs, drastically. Number 2, you replace them with lots of healthy fats and a good amount of protein. And number 3, probably the most important step of all, talk to a doctor. Make sure it's a safe and smart choice for your unique health situation.
And that leaves us right here with the final question. Is this metabolic reset a really powerful health tool that can actually help reverse chronic diseases? Or is it just a super restrictive trend where the risks might just outweigh the rewards? The answer, as it usually is with these things, is that it probably depends entirely on the person.